Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we're talking about something we all face from time to time: laziness. Laziness can feel like an invisible force that keeps us from reaching our true potential, whispering to us that it's okay to delay, to procrastinate, or to let things slide just a little longer. It's that feeling that holds us back from taking steps toward our dreams, from growing, and from achieving the goals we've set for ourselves. But here's the truth: laziness is not a permanent part of who we are. It's a habit, a mindset that we can work on and overcome. Laziness often shows up when we're overwhelmed, tired, or even scared of failure, but with the right approach, we can take control of our energy and motivation and push past it. In this video, we'll dive into strategies to help you get out of the lazy mindset, build self-discipline, and create a life that's more fulfilling and productive. The first thing we need to realize is that laziness often starts with our thoughts. Our brain loves comfort and can trick us into thinking that taking a break or putting off a task is the easier, more enjoyable choice. But each time we give in to this impulse, we reinforce the habit of avoiding tasks, making it harder to start them in the future. To break this cycle, we need to recognize that the thoughts pushing us to avoid work aren't necessarily our own conscious desires. They're just habits that our brain has formed over time. By challenging these thoughts, we can begin to take control of our actions and shift our focus toward productive tasks. One of the first steps to overcoming laziness is to understand what's behind it. Laziness isn't always about being unmotivated or uninterested. Sometimes, it's a response to feeling overwhelmed or intimidated by a task. When we see a goal or project as too big or too complicated, our natural reaction can be to avoid it altogether. This is why breaking down tasks into smaller, more manageable parts is so effective. When we approach a task step by step, it feels more achievable, and each small step forward builds momentum, making it easier to keep going. Start by choosing one small action you can take right now, even if it feels minor. This could be as simple as organizing your workspace, making a to-do list, or even just sitting down with the intent to work for 5 minutes. Once you're in motion, it's easier to keep going, and that first step often turns into much more than you initially planned. The trick is to focus less on the entire project and more on the small steps that will get you there. Another key to overcoming laziness is setting clear, specific goals. When we have a vague idea of what we want to accomplish, it's easy for that goal to get lost in the noise of daily life. Specific goals give us a roadmap to follow, and they make it easier to track our progress and stay motivated. Instead of saying, "I want to be more productive," try setting a goal like, "I want to complete one project by the end of the week." When we break down our goals like this, we're not only more likely to take action, but we also give ourselves a sense of accomplishment every time we reach a milestone. This feeling of progress is incredibly motivating and can help us overcome the mental blocks that lead to laziness. Goals also help us prioritize, so we're not just busy for the sake of being busy, we're actually working towards something meaningful. Self-discipline plays a huge role in combating laziness. While motivation is often fleeting, self-discipline is something we can build and rely on, even when we don't feel motivated. One way to strengthen self-discipline is by creating daily routines. Routines give structure to our day and help us build productive habits that become automatic over time. Start by establishing a morning routine that energizes you and sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. This could include activities like exercising, journaling, or setting goals for the day. As you stick to these routines, you'll find that it becomes easier to get started on tasks without having to think too much about it. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets, and the more control you'll have over your actions and choices. Sometimes, laziness is a sign that we're mentally or physically exhausted. When we're constantly pushing ourselves without taking breaks, our energy levels can drop, making it harder to stay motivated. This is why it's important to balance productivity with rest and self-care. Taking short breaks throughout the day can help prevent burnout and keep our energy levels up. Engage in activities that relax and recharge you, whether it's spending time outdoors, practicing mindfulness, or simply taking a nap. By taking care of our physical and mental well-being, we can avoid the kind of exhaustion that leads to laziness and lack of motivation. Remember, productivity isn't about working non-stop, it's about working effectively and sustainably. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences can also help us overcome laziness. When we're around people who are motivated and hardworking, their energy and enthusiasm can inspire us to do the same. If possible, seek out people who encourage you to grow, who challenge you to be your best self, and who hold you accountable to your goals. Having a support system makes a huge difference when it comes to staying motivated. Even if you don't have people around you who share your goals, there are plenty of online communities and resources where you can connect with others who are also working on personal growth and productivity. Point 1. Often overlooked aspect of overcoming laziness is the power of positive reinforcement. Rewarding yourself for small accomplishments can boost your motivation and make it easier to keep going. After completing a task or reaching a milestone, take a moment to acknowledge your progress and treat yourself to something you enjoy. This could be as simple as a short break, a favorite snack, or a few minutes of relaxation. Positive reinforcement helps to create a mental association between hard work and reward, making it more likely that you'll want to repeat those behaviors in the future. The key is to celebrate your progress without waiting for perfection. Each small win builds confidence and keeps you on track toward larger goals. Overcoming laziness also requires us to change the way we think about ourselves. Sometimes, we label ourselves as lazy or unmotivated, and these labels can become self-fulfilling prophecies. Instead, try to reframe your mindset by seeing yourself as someone who is capable of growth and change. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations, such as, I am capable of achieving my goals, or I have the power to create positive change in my life. These affirmations may seem simple, but they can have a big impact on how we see ourselves and our ability to overcome challenges. By changing our self-talk, we shift our focus from our limitations to our strengths, making it easier to take action. In addition to changing our mindset, it's important to be patient with ourselves. Overcoming laziness is a journey, and it's normal to have setbacks along the way. Instead of being hard on yourself when things don't go perfectly, practice self-compassion. Acknowledge your efforts and remember that progress is a gradual process. Each day is an opportunity to make a little more progress, and even small steps forward add up over time. When we're kind to ourselves, we're more likely to stay motivated and keep moving forward, even when things get tough. One of the most effective ways to combat laziness is to simply start. Often, the hardest part of any task is getting started, but once we're in motion, it's much easier to keep going. If you're struggling to begin, try using a technique called the 2-minute rule. Commit to working on a task for just 2 minutes. This small commitment can help overcome the initial resistance to starting, and once you're in motion, you may find it easier to continue. Even if you only work for a short time, you'll have made some progress, which can build momentum for the next time you sit down to work. Physical activity can also play a huge role in overcoming laziness. Exercise not only boosts our physical health, but it also increases our energy levels, improves our mood, and enhances our focus. Even a short walk or quick workout can make a big difference in how we feel and can help us approach tasks with more energy and enthusiasm. Incorporating regular exercise into your routine can make it easier to stay productive and motivated throughout the day. Finally, remember that overcoming laziness isn't about becoming a perfect productivity machine. It's about creating a balanced, fulfilling life that allows you to make meaningful progress toward your goals. Laziness doesn't define you, and with a few changes in mindset and habits, you can take control of your actions and start living in alignment with your true potential. Thank you for watching, and I hope these tips help you on your journey to a more productive and fulfilling life. Let's commit to taking that first step today, and watch as each small action brings us closer to the life we've envisioned.